Okay, folks. Today is teaching game versus Michael Redmond. Uh, I am playing a no handicap game because I'm wanting to practice Joseki and maybe Fuseki. I started watching some Go lectures from Nick Sibicki recently. Now, one question is, do I want to get into fighting? Well, I'll be losing this game anyways. The question is, do I want to get into fighting that will make me lose more? Or do I want to try to play peacefully? Okay, now this pincer, I think that makes sense. And maybe I should have played low and then tried to play the Kema, the knight's move. Because I don't know what the appropriate response to this is. Yeah, I think maybe I would have preferred to play low after all, because I wanted to try maybe this approach here. Now, I wonder if this is something I can leave alone. Let's... Maybe I can shoulder hit this?
Undo requested.
Oh,
Undo granted.
undo requested.
Undo requested. Undo granted.
Okay. I guess Redmond Sensei's letting me try some things, I suppose. Okay. So maybe let's try this one. Now, I wonder if having this stone here will make an approach to white's top corner difficult. Ooh. Well, with that one, I should stand up, right? Well, I'll try it. I don't know anything better to do. And maybe... Okay, well, probably I don't want to Atari that. Probably. If I go down, maybe it becomes, yeah, so basically I've got the idea is either E3 or F4, right? Uh, well, F4 does look like a ladder, right? Let's try F4. And so probably white plays on the top, though maybe not, and then maybe white plays a ladder breaker. Okay, yeah, it's playing on top. Now, do I need to extend again here? Because I think B3 looks good at some point, but I don't know whether I need to extend first or strengthen this side first. Okay, so which side is weaker? The bottom side has fewer liberties right now. The left side, it's got that stone at C8. Okay. If I play on the left side, what's white's next move? Is it G4? Then can black go down? If I play on the right side, or on the bottom side, what's white's next move? I wonder if white would also want B3. I'm going to try playing B3. I'm sure that this will become troublesome just because, well, just because I'm not that good, let's say. Now I could try E2. I wonder if F3 is also a thing that could be done. Maybe it's like the shape, right? It looks like an empty triangle, right? So the shape looks vulgar. I think in my last teaching game I had a different situation where this sort of move was something. I'm going to try E2. Oh, maybe E3, F3, F2 is a problem.
Undo requested. Undo granted.
Okay. Yeah, E2, E3, F3, F2, G3, maybe C2. That's a problem, isn't it? Well, if I play F3, what am I looking at? Well, I threaten, maybe I can threaten to run out, so maybe f3, g3, f2, if g2, can I win a race to capture there? Well, I think calculating is maybe a good idea. Well, let's calculate f3, g3, f2, g2. Okay. Oh, there's the analysis point here. Okay. This is at the moment 3 liberties to 4. I play d2. e2. Well, this is no good. And this is no good, right? And if I extend down, I'm not really increasing my liberties, am I? No. Can I then try to go? I can't really go from the other side like that. Okay. That looks kind of bad. Maybe... Is it possible to get a squeeze from the outside or the inside? Okay. And then the other kind of thing would... Well, can I play e3? e2... Well, that's no good, of course. And of course, f2 is no good. Yep, I'm in trouble. I wonder if I can do something on the outside then. Maybe white needs another move there, and then maybe I can try to pull something off. Now, if I were to cut, would that be anything? Because maybe I'd like to try to get something up here and then pincer this stone. That could be a try. So if I do this sort of thing, and then white pulls out, and then maybe I can try to use the fewer liberties on this stone to get something done. I'm going to try cutting here, and sacrificing something for something else. Okay, yes. So capturing there, yes, yes. If I do e6, let's try e6. It's, and whether my plan is actually working or not, this is the plan that I had sort of thought, so I will try to make something like this work. Now if I cover here, there's a cutting point. Obviously it's no good for black to take it immediately, or white to cut immediately because of Atari. And then I have to look at what kind of connection I'd be trying to make there. I think I'll go for it though, as far as, well, my time is a thing, and then well, if black, or if white plays g6, is that another forcing move for black? Is it any good? Okay, white takes. Yeah, okay. What kind of connection here makes the most sense? Now, if I were to do this, this kind of thing, I think, let's see, because these stones already have some of their liberties gone, is that not connected? I know this sort of shape, the 1, 2, 3, like that can be connected sometimes, but maybe it's not here. If I try this one, then, well, basically I need to worry about which cutting points am I leaving. Now, if I do this, probably white can get the peeps, and maybe that's no good. If I try this one, so okay, I'm looking at this at e7 and d6. Let's try d6. Now, earlier I was talking about how much fighting I might want to get into. Right, the point is, am I learning more from fighting, or am I learning more from trying to figure out, well, that's right, I guess e8's a move anyways, so, right. That makes sense. Okay. Suppose I try b7 and just try to make shape of some kind here. Try to make a base. If I do that and then b8, maybe black wants another move in there. Or maybe, maybe if I play b7, maybe b8, and then maybe there's a circumstance where e7 and then making I is mi. Not sure. But it gives white a very nice wall there. But maybe I need to settle this group. What if I tried b8? Would that be anything? Maybe not. Well, even if white just pulls back, then... Well, if white pulls back, then that's a little more space, I think. But if white goes on the other side, then... Huh. And then, of course, white would also have... Right, white's options would be something like b7 or b9 or c7 or c9. Let's get into trouble. Let's get into trouble. When I say that, I guess it's something like I want to learn, well, you learn, one thing is to learn by making mistakes, right? And then another thing is yeah, okay. We're getting into trouble here. So, if I play c7, then maybe white b6, maybe that's a problem. If I play b6, white c7, maybe b9. Well, if I play c7, white b6, black b9, or maybe even, I wonder about c9, b10. Let's keep having problems here. Why did I... Now that feels incredibly dumb. Yeah. That feels really dumb now. Okay. Maybe... Everything's terrible. Which is, you know, it's fun. Well, let's see. When I say getting into trouble, that means... Well, one thing it means is that I haven't read out anything. And it means that well, I guess what it means is okay, I guess it's something like this. I'm not reading from that point, and then I get into trouble, and then I'm reading afterwards. So the idea is if I'm trying to strengthen my reading, is it better to, or is it fine to get into trouble first and then start reading out why everything is horrible for me? Or do I try to read out first and try to find good moves? So oh, also, if I went back and instead of playing that, if I played e6, then it'd be no way I'd be playing c7 there. I'd probably be playing something like a7 from there. And if white descended, then not sure. Okay, yeah. So the question is, okay, if I get into trouble, then see everything being horrible for me, then I have an idea that at the time I first got into trouble, or maybe a little after, if, well, anyways, around that time, that was a bad move. And I get some idea of why. Let's see. If I read beforehand, then now about making living shape here. Running out seems like it'd be a big pain. Well, it's going to be a pain anyways. Living shape, living shape. Then maybe, okay, maybe it's like this. If I'm trying to read out beforehand, there are two, I guess, possibilities. One is that I read something out correctly. Oh, there's a ko here as well, potentially. One is that I read something out correctly, and then I wonder if I can go towards the corner here. What about b2 or c2? Maybe I try c2 here. I don't know. Right, one is that I read out correctly, and then the question is, and this stone's going to be in trouble as well. What a pain. And there's that sort of thing, I suppose, and okay, for this exercise, I will just try to make life at this point. Now, one thing I'm reading, if I play b4, is there's like b4, a6, a5, c4. Then there's a big ko right there. Right. That's not what I want. And if something like b4, a6, c4, then white's crawling in, and that's probably destroying ice space, and that's probably no good. If I play c4, now suppose the same a6, a5 thing, just as a sort of reduction of space there, and c3, and if I've got b2, then b4 is a problem. And if instead I go something like a4, then maybe I can, let's see, well, something like b2 wouldn't be good for white right away. So what if something like d2, then b2, that would be two eyes, right? Now what about moves underneath, or things like I'm not good at understanding things, but d1, c1, b1, a2, things that the 1-2 can be a critical point, right? I'm going to try c4. I think I can make a life with this. Maybe it's a problem, though. Okay. Right, if I read out before getting into trouble, if I read out correctly, then okay. I think that's that might be an indication that that's alive. I'm not sure. Well, let's try something. That's going to be big for white too. Well, let's try something a little different. Let's try a more peaceful in this area, and then we'll have, then maybe we can look at invasions and reductions, perhaps. So let's try that one. I'm trying to remember what the right move around here is. Now, if I played S18, is that a thing? I'm trying to remember the Joseki here. What's the Joseki here? If I played S18, and then white played S17, R16, Well, if I'm looking at Joseki, maybe I'll do this. Maybe that's probably no... Well... Well, that would be... I'm pretty sure that would be bad for white, right? And again, it's things like this. So maybe this one's fine. Maybe it's okay. I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's that kind of shape. And now I think maybe black is supposed to connect here. Yeah, okay, that kind of shape. Yeah, it's, okay. If I recall, there's also P16 is something that can happen, and then there can be a ko, and I'm only remembering it vaguely, though, so, I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe it's like this. Even if I read it, before getting into trouble, even if I read it out correctly, maybe it's, I don't actually know that I've read it out correctly. Maybe things go, it looks fine, and maybe it's a bit hard to tell whether the outcome is fine or not, if it looks fine. I can certainly tell when it looks really bad, but that's a Honuki. I wonder if black was supposed to play P16. Maybe. And maybe black was supposed to send and play P16. I don't know. Well, I'll ask after the game. Or, okay. If I cut here, or if I honey here, then white can certainly honey again, and then I do what? Extend and say white extends, and that looks pretty bad. I mean, odds are I got the Joseki wrong. Yes, let's try this. And probably pull back, and probably white can... Well, the question is, why am I trying this? Is it because I don't like the idea of leaving it alone? There's that meme, even if you don't know what the right move is, doesn't mean you can just tanuki. Well, it's possible that tanukiing is right anyways, but let's, And white doesn't even have to crawl along. I mean, well, anyways. Right, okay, yeah. So the idea is, if I read it out before getting into trouble, even if I play correctly, maybe I don't know for sure that I read it out correctly. Whereas if I get into trouble, oh, I know I'm in trouble. And so, then I'm more likely to be able to rule out some moves, something like that. Okay, I hope that argument makes sense, because maybe I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Another thing is, okay, the other thing was about fighting versus playing peacefully. Well, when I fight, what I'm strengthening, probably strengthening, if I'm, if one can, well, yes, strengthening, because we suppose certainly that one can learn from one's mistakes. And maybe it's difficult, but learning in overall is difficult. So anyways, so when I'm getting in fights and getting in trouble, I'm strengthening my reading, right? If I'm trying to play peacefully, then I'm trying to not sure. Maybe I get back to that. Now, if I were to try to invade here, do I have room? Is there room for an extension? Now, this is a big wall. It's a bit stronger than this, than these two stones at D17 and D14. So if I invade, I want, maybe I want to play slightly towards those stones. And maybe I can try to use some Aji here. Maybe I can, I think the term is sabaki. Light and flexible play. I think a proverb is sabaki often starts with an attachment. So I could try something like that. Now, I know that D16 usually has an approach move at C12 first. And well, as far as the board situation goes, I don't know how exactly that means, but whether, if I want to try an attachment somewhere, then I'm not sure whether the fact that often in certain times there will be C12 and then attaching at D16. I don't know whether that means trying to play light and flexibly and starting with an attachment. I don't know whether that means D16 in this position is bad or not compared to other attachments. Maybe I try C7. Now let's see. If I do want room to extend, how many spaces? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then yeah, I don't really have enough space like that. Or I don't really have enough space if I just go in here, I think. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'm thinking about d18, c17, e17. Now, if I play e17 and white just is strong and extends up or down, then do I have any potential to make a base with that? Or... oh yeah, and for now I'm kind of going to ignore whether even invading in here is a good idea or not. I'm just going to say, I'm going to see if I can invade here and try to find a good way to go about it. Okay. If I play on the inside and white extends, maybe I can get the corner and white gets a big top side. If I play d18 and white extends to the one side or the other, maybe it's a similar thing. If I did c18, well, if I did d18, e17, c18, then maybe that's not very good. Maybe if I want to attach at d18, maybe I have to go for the Hane and try to make things complicated. Okay. I think what I'm going to try is on the outside somewhere such that maybe I try to invade on the top side and white can just have this corner if white wants it. And now if I were to play d16, if white extends, let's say e17, then this stone at d14 is not, I can't really attack it very easily because it's got a wall on the other side. I'm going to try e17 and see what happens. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, okay, okay. Now, it would look kind of natural to extend downwards. Maybe I go h17, though. Let's try h17. I want to see whether this stone can help me make a base, even though it's got more white stones next to it. So that's what I'll try. Okay, yes, yes. Now, I'm still looking at extending down. And then maybe I can, that's a threat to go into the corner, perhaps. Maybe I extend down here. And then this is going to be trouble too, isn't it? I can feel it. I'm gonna have trouble here. Well, that's okay. Actually, I mentioned Sabaki earlier. Is this... and I have... Well... I think maybe h17 was... Yeah, I have no idea. This game is hard. Now, actually, does this really threaten to get in the corner? Okay, I guess it does enough that white does play d18. Now, do I sort of stand up over here? Let's... Maybe I should try to stick to shapes I know to a certain degree, even if I don't know whether they're a good answer or not. If I try to stick to shapes I know, then I'm at least a little bit familiar with some things. Okay. If I play h16, I think I'm starting to feel kind of heavy. If I let white push through, if I play something like j15 and let white push through, and then maybe if I do g16, I wonder. Maybe connecting here feels a bit heavy, but I don't know. I'm gonna try j15. Maybe what can happen is maybe even if I can't live on the inside, if I sort of play on the outside here, maybe I can threaten to live? I wonder. Oh, well, here's another thing, though. I had watched a video some time ago about running out with good shape. And so even if it's not ideal, one thing I can do is practice this by playing on the outside. Let's say white just kills this unconditionally, for example, and then I can try running out in good shape. I can try that. So let's just do that. And maybe I can try to get something working, but maybe I just... I wonder if this one's any good. If e15. Now if I play f16 and then if cuts f14, maybe it's okay, shape. Now compared to f15, I actually don't know, but maybe it's fine. And then maybe... I wonder if it's any more forcing or less forcing. I'm going to try f16. Now, if white goes on the other side, something like k15, I wonder... Okay, there's that cut. I'll play f14. maybe it's quite possible for white to give that up and cause me problems, and then maybe I'm still not. Uh, hmm. Yeah, obviously okay. Now I want to try maybe something like J12 or H12, or I'm going to try maybe J12. Oh, now I remember the video I had watched that mentioned running out in good shape. It had something to do with invading an opponent's moyo, and I'm not sure if this is a situation like that. I mean, certainly white has a lot of strength on the upper right side and the middle left side. Uh, okay. May, hmm. There is a... That's something that's not a ladder. What if I try G12 now? Is that a thing that I can do? Don't know. Let's try it. I'm kinda low on time. I don't know about it though. It seems maybe... What is the best way to go about this? Now, if I did something on this side, maybe H13, and then that's a snapback, potentially. If I go here, and white here, and connect, and white pushes through, that feels kind of bad. If I go here at H13, H14, G14. I'm going to try H13. And, okay. Let's do... Do I go down or to the right? If I go down, maybe these stones... I have no idea, but if I go to the right, maybe... I'm gonna go to the right. Maybe I don't have any concrete reason for it, but... Okay. Now that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, this is... I suppose I'll play here. That feels terrible. But I wasn't expecting to not feel terrible anytime after the opening. So, yeah. Okay, that one. Is this sort of thing okay? Playing underneath. Now this is... Is this something that can be called a probe or not? I don't know. I think I'll play underneath. Now is playing down or connecting or something else appropriate? I don't know. Let's be solid and connect. And maybe if white doesn't put another move in there, maybe there's weakness, and maybe I can return to this area of the board. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's try returning to this area of the board. Let's go here. Now this is a peep, I believe, that would maybe things can be okay for black that way. Also, when I was talking about running out with good shape, I wonder if... Okay, now that's something. Maybe let's just play simply and what? I'm not sure I have a concrete reason for that, but it's all just feel. It's the flawed intuition of a weak player, let's say. Now, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's do this. And yeah, extending, it's a situation that's a little bit like a shoulder hit. Maybe... I'd like to not crawl more than I have to. And maybe there's a connecting move that isn't a crawl. I'm not sure. Okay, over here. Yes, here we go. This is the potential trouble I was seeing, right? Okay. Now, was B4 the correct kind of thing? I wonder about A5. I want to... Yeah, I'm making two eyes. If I can get one over here and one over there. I'm going to try B4. B2 should give me plenty of ice space, right? Now white gets the bottom there. Let's see. That's definitely an I. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 2 ice. Okay. Oh, now the thing about this is that keeping here or cutting here is maybe. I wonder. Okay. Well, if I cut here, does it help me with liberties and or I shape? Now maybe white P12. Now if white N12, then maybe that's not good. So let's try, how many spaces can I do with this much of a wall? Can I do 2 spaces here? Let's try 2 spaces here. Okay. Yeah, white's attacking these 2 stones. Let's do here. I just sort of want to live with this group in the middle, even if it's bad, which maybe it's not anyways. But even if it were bad, even if it's bad, that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay. I wonder if I can play this diagonal if anything's okay with that. Or whether it's... Let's just try to play simply. Okay. That peep. Okay. I wonder if I have to connect there, or whether something else is better. Like, I don't know, F10 or something over here, or... I want to try something like O10 and, well, what if I did... Because let's see, I'm still looking at the potential of cutting here. Maybe... Now what about O11? And then maybe I can also threaten to get out. Let's try O11. Okay, yep, that's expected. L10, I think, is maybe I give some things up, maybe it's fine. And then I've got ideas of things like Q11, things like O13. Okay, okay. If I play N10, is the shape just fine? Well, that's pretty close to one eye, and then over towards the left side there's potential for an eye, and on the right side there's a potential to get out, right? So let's just play like that. Again, my goal right now for this practice is just make sure this lives, and then I can worry about other stuff later. Okay. Well, I'm sort of trusting, Redmond Sensei 9 Dawn here to see that, okay, that's pretty big, so I guess I'll block it. Now, what if I tried something like R7 or S7 and tried to I wonder, 09, maybe at some point 09 has some potential. Let's try R7, and what I want to do is both I say threaten, look at potentially making some territory on the side, potentially, and potentially making some fighting here happen. That would... Now, if I cut here, wonder about Q11. And then try Q11. Again, just whatever flawed intuition. Okay. What makes sense here? R8, R9, S7, S8. Let's go with S7. Now, O13's at least kind of big, right? Actually, maybe it's not so big. Maybe if... I'm not sure. Okay, okay. Now, if I want to make some amount of territory down here, and that's all I care about, then maybe R9 is sensible. It's... how many points? Is it somewhere around 4 points worth? And then white's gets whatever white's move is. If I play over here, does that do anything? Now, if white plays down here some way, I can look at connecting on this side or this side, right? So maybe somewhere else is better. Maybe... How many points would the move here be? Would it be... Would that be also somewhere around 4 or 5 points? And then whatever white's move is... Would this be... Well, this shape's pretty strong, right? And so I'd have trouble cutting these off without... Well, I'd have to read out something. And probably it's not working so great. So then looking at moves to try to play somewhere from the center this way or this way or this way, trying to... And I have no idea how to calculate how much that's worth. No clue. But I'm going to try F10. Yeah, no clue. Yeah, okay. I think that's good because there's potential of trying to run out and also, well, maybe it would take more moves for black to make that work, but it's something I could look at there. Now is F9... Maybe F9's good. I wonder. Maybe it's... Okay, okay. I could grab that stone. Maybe I don't want to. I wonder if H7's any good. Now if white peeps there, and then... Yeah, looking at ways to get in here a little bit. Oh, also, I wonder if K14's any good at some point. Again, I have no idea how to... Well, maybe it's something I can read out a little bit. Maybe it's... Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Let's try K14. And then at least this is a little bit less awkward, potentially. Yeah, white gets that. Okay, sure. If I played E13, D13, would I want to do something like F12 after that? Well, if white plays over here, am I... I guess I could also... I could ask whether there's any way to make a life here. There probably isn't. It's something to try later if... Well, maybe. If I played h8 and white did g8, or... No, if I did h7 and white did g8, maybe that doesn't feel great for black. If I try j8, something like j7, h7, is that a thing? I don't know. But j8 at least warrants... j8 at least warrants a response, I think. Okay. h7... h7, h6, like, then what's black doing? What would black be trying? I'm not sure black would have any. Now if I play g8, and then let's say white takes f8, if I play f8, do I have anything going on? Maybe not. Not sure. Let's... Am I looking at endgame kind of moves now? Well, let's maybe... If I play o9, if white tanukis, can I get anything done? Not sure. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Like, if I just took some points here and there and played some endgame moves, maybe I wouldn't learn anything else. Maybe if I do this sort of thing, maybe... Oh, now is this bottom right corner actually in trouble? Maybe. Do I do something like s12 or... Well, actually, if I play t5 and at least that threatens to connect up, right? So something like... If I do something like t5, t6, connect, and then if white does something else, s6, right, it would be... And then I'd be fine. So let's do t5. So yeah, connect. And now my corner is fine, right? Okay. Now I think R9. Oh, if white does t8 and I try to cut off, that would be a bit of a problem, right? Maybe I do something like s8. Well, let's play r9 and oh bother. Oi. Oi. Oh no. I have very little time to read. This is this looks like bad news. What about if I do q5, is there any way to Oi. There's like no time. So I'm gonna try I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, is that means I should connect, right? Because I don't like the look of Ukhozi there. Don't like it at all. And it's quite possible this corner's still dead anyways. I should try reading this while white's on white's turn. Now if yeah, okay. If I go here, then white captures to prevent an eye there, right? And then well, let's play here. Doesn't make sense for white not to. Doesn't make much sense to me for white to give that eye to black, though. So I'll try. If I try t2, now one thing is white playing q3 would need another move, right? Okay, let's try t2. No time to read, no time to read. Vital point in the corner. Oh, I didn't even see the chat. It had been so long since, well, I'd had some viewers and hadn't seen any chats, and so I'd stopped looking at it. Right.
Nine, 8,
Oi.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay. Again, I have no time to read whether...
9, 8,
Oi.
7, 6,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's connected. Uh... If white...
ten,
No, try and gain some reading time. I hope. I hope. Okay. If white is there, 2... If white plays there...
9, 8, 7, 6,
then... If black connects... White plays there, just that right. I think the corner's okay. But I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Uh...
10, 9,
Can I do anything with that? Probably not. Just gain a little more time. Uh... Uh... Are these sorts of plays worth anything? Well, frankly, I need to just play somewhere. Hi. And at this point, maybe I'm just following around the board until something happens. Okay. Here is... Oh, I hope it's not Seki. Or, well, I really hope it's not dead. And then I hope it's not Seki. Let's see. R1, T3. If I do that, and white plays R1, then... That's 4, that's no good. If I play R1, and then...
ten,
R1's the, R1's what I'm gonna try, because I have no time. Because I don't think T3 worked. Okay. If white... And I think that one's okay.
9, 8,
I think it's fine.
7, 6,
Oh
5,
gosh.
4, 3,
Just play somewhere. Maybe there's a liberty shortage. Oh, is there a liberty shortage for black? Yabe. Yabe. If white... Oh, well, that's... Oh, no, I think it's fine because both of those need... Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure I can play this. Okay, I think it's fine. Gosh. Terrible, terrible. Can I threaten to cut here? Sure, let's try it. Let's, what else can I calculate while I'm here? And that's, say, 2 points in Gote. Something like that's a point, right? In Sente, I believe. Although, if this group were to die, it'd be no good. So here, that's Gote, right? I think this is a point in Sente. Let's see. Here might be a point. Here's... Maybe it's a point against a ko in... Here's... Is that worth a point? Well, if white were to play there, then I couldn't. So let's play here. Okay. Okay. Well, this is worth a point, right? And if I don't, then it's Gote. And so this just keeps everything strong. Okay, yeah, that's that. Okay. I think T18 now. Are there any other borders that I could... There's a ko... There's a ko there that's... Maybe I don't care about that so much. Maybe O is O... Well, if I played O1, then I really would have a shortage of liberties, wouldn't I? So... Let's play T18. Then... If I played... If white did like T1, well, okay, it connects that ko. T19 maybe? Okay. If that sort of thing... Liberties, a ko... Yeah, the question is, do I play... Oh, wait. Is this dead anyways? Because I'm the one who has to kill the white group. Yep. Yeah. Oi. Oi. Because white can just prep the sides, run me out of liberties, and... Okay, if I play t3, then... Well, that doesn't help me. There's no Seki there, right? Is there a Seki there? If I... No, because again, that group runs out of liberties. Well, waiting for white to play and then doing nothing isn't gonna help either, so I might as well play there to get some thinking time, I suppose. If I were to play t1, then white just takes, and
10, 9,
could I have
8,
played
7,
t1
6,
earlier?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Just play that. If I go back, could I have tried something like t1? No. It's impossible.
10,
Impossible.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So just here.
Pass. Remove the dead stones.
Okay.
White wins.
Green pilled. Go black. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning into the stream. Hope you